ground ball up the left side. Pass, rolling. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's a throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Monday evening from Kindred. This is the championship game between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show. A win tonight for Central Cass. It's their third consecutive Region 1 baseball title. A loss tonight allows Kindred-Richland to have a chance tomorrow then at 5 o'clock. If they can win tonight and then win tomorrow against the Squirrels, the Vikings would be heading to state for the first time since 2017 for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. Let's take a look at how these two teams have fared against one another earlier this season. The Squirrels and the Vikings played on April the 28th in 5 innings as part of that Enderlin Baseball Jamboree. A 11-1 win for Central Cass. Noah McCaw was able to go 3-3 with 5 RBIs and a 3-run homer. Then on May the 12th, on this very venue on a Friday, it was 9-2 Kindred-Richland won for the Vikings against the Central Cass Squirrels. And also in that game back in April, Braden Mitchell went 5 innings, 1 hit, 1 run against 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, and also went 3 of 3 from the plate with a solo home run for the Central Cass Squirrels. So that's a look at how these two teams have fared against one another. For Central Cass, they were able to come here as the number 3 seed with a 17-7 win over Enderlin. The Squirrels hit 3 home runs back on Thursday in Enderlin, then a 8-5 win against Northern Cass. In that game, Braden Mitchell hit a 2-run go-ahead homer in the 7th. That made it 7-5, and then a 6-2 win over Fargo Oak Grove. Jackson Parker threw the complete game, while Logan Broughton had 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and went 4 of 4 from the plate. So that was, again, a look at this particular way through for the Central Cass Squirrels. While on the opposite side, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, after losing to Fargo Oak Grove 5-3 on Thursday, they had to come through the losers bracket. In doing so, a 16-0 win over the Enderlin Eagles on Saturday, then a 6-4 win over the over the Northern Cass Jaguars, and just moments ago able to upend Fargo Oak Grove 13-3 in 5 innings. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, did an awfully nice job. Max Upgrand with 3 hits, Jeremiah Doctor with 3 hits as well. The 3-4 batters combined to go from the plate 6 of 8. And they would score 6 runs. Upgrand with 3 of them. Jeremiah Doctor with courtesy run for McDonald. He had a 3 runs scored and 4 runs driven in for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Vikings 16-2 on the season, while for Central Cass at 11-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue more on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this. Starting lineups is coming up around the corner from Kindred on your live event.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
As we come on here to our Irie Insurance pregame show, you have both Coach Maggio and Coach Milbrandt coming on and giving up the lineups here as our umpiring crew is going to work like this. Tom Purius calling balls and strikes. Gail Hamry is going to be at first base and Eric Olson at third base here in this one for this championship game between the Squirrels and the Vikings. This, again, is our Irie Insurance pregame show. Let's take a look at the starting lineups in this one. First, for the Central Cass Squirrels, Logan Broughton has been a menace at the top of the lineup here for the junior left fielder. 5 of 10 with 5 runs scored and 3 runs driven in for Central Cass. Sam Covervig, the senior second baseman, followed by Braden Mitchell, the junior pitcher. 5 of 9 in this tournament with 2 runs scored and 4 RBI. Carter Maggio, the shortstop, junior, 1 of 11 in this tournament with 2 runs scored, however. Carter Dakota, the junior center fielder, batting 5th. Joe Shoemaker, the senior designated hitter, batting 6th. Eli Boer, the junior third baseman, is batting 7th with 4 runs scored. Cole Holzer, the junior first baseman. Mason Bussey at number 9, the 9 batter here for Central Cass, is 4 of 8 with 4 runs scored and a run driven in for the senior right fielder. Then Jackson Parker is the junior catcher. So Broughton, Converbig, Mitchell, Maggio, Verkota, Shoemaker, Boer, Holzer, and Bussey. And then you'll have Parker again behind the plate here for Central Cass. The Squirrels, under the guidance of Dustin Maggio, looking for their 3rd consecutive Region 1 title, and if the Squirrels can do so, it's a matter of where would they then possibly be seeded. Will Central Cass be good enough to earn a seed at the state baseball tournament, or will they maybe be an unseeded team? They do have losses to Langdon area and Thompson, and for most of Region 1, they were unable to really play a lot of non-region games this season, so once we do get to state, it's going to be very intriguing to see how the coaches earn that particular game. Before we go to the Kindred-Richland lineups, up in Region 2 right now, it's the Thompson Tommies and Mayport CG Patriots tied at 5 apiece in the bottom of the 4th inning in Mayville in that contest, and that is a Region 2 baseball semifinal. We go from there to the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Mason O'Maris is batting leadoff. Mason, the senior center fielder, able to go 2 for 4 with a run scored and a couple of stolen bases against Oak Grove just moments ago. Jack Wold, the junior shortstop, also with 2 runs scored, will be at short. Jeremiah Doctor, the senior catcher, batting third. Doctor at himself, a game alongside with Max Upgren. They combined for 6 hits and 4 runs driven in. Upgren, the senior first baseman, our Enbridge Energy player of the game in the last contest. Jorgen Swenson, the senior pitcher, followed by Kylan Swenson, the sophomore left fielder. Grant Spellhog with the junior third baseman batting 7th. Owen Hoyme in right field for the junior. And then Andrew Trom, the junior second baseman. A note of this one for Central Cass, Braden Mitchell, this will be his first start, so he has the 135 pitches at his disposal for today, and that's just a matter of if it gets to tomorrow, how many pitches does he throw to then not be used for tomorrow. On the opposite side for Jorgen Swenson, he's already thrown 79 of his 135 pitches, so he does have pitches to give 56. However, again, he's minimized compared to what Braden Mitchell has thrown so far for the Central Cass Squirrels. For the Central Cass Squirrels, 5 pitchers have thrown. Parker the most with 114, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings so far, they have thrown 5 pitchers as well, the most being Mason Almaris in the complete game win back on Saturday. What's at stake? A win for Central Cass, their 3rd consecutive Region 1 title, a win for Kindred-Richland, and it puts to a winner-take-all game tomorrow at 5, where the Vikings then would look to win their first baseball championship in Region 1 since 2017. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back after this. It's the first pitch from Kindred from the Viking Varsity Diamond on yourliveevent.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As we take a look, a great center field camera view behind the backstop, not nearly a seat to be had. You look up the left field side, there's a lot of Kindred Viking red. You look up the right field side, you got some golf carts in attendance, some blankets, a far cry from what we had Thursday in Enderlin with parkas, and then Saturday you kind of got more of the gist of summer weather, and it is a warm one here tonight here in Kindred. As currently taking a look at the temperature, currently at 81 degrees right now here in Kindred as we get set for the Vikings and the Squirrels. With the lights will be coming on in a little bit. Taking a look at our radar, fingers crossed. Again, everything just kind of rolls through for tonight. Then tomorrow we'll find out what kind of brings in store. A win for Central Cass. The Region 1 baseball tournament is all set and wrapped up. A win for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Again, there will have a championship game number 2 upcoming tomorrow. As we have our first pitch underway at 7:15, that one is going to be a ball to Logan Broughton. Tom Purius calling balls and strikes again. Eric Olson up the third baseline and Cale Hamry at first. This one is popped up out of play, and now will be 1 ball and 1 strike. Region 1 baseball tournament for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They had to fend off Northern Cass in an elimination game on Saturday night to get to this particular venue and then knock out Fargo Oak Grove. Breaking ball, that'll miss for a ball at 2-1. So the seeds are this, the 1 versus the 3 going at each other right now here in Kindred, with the 1 seed, the team with their backs to the walls at least here tonight. Here's a little 2-grounder. Wold goes to Upgrand 6-3, and Logan Broughton is retired. Sam Covervig stepping now into the batter's box here for Central Cass. From left to right in the outfield for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, Kylan Swenson in left field, Almaris in center, and Hoyme in right. Upgrand at first with Trom at second. Wold at short and Spellhaug at third. And Doctor behind the plate here for Kindred-Richland. The righty matchup. Off speed, Covervig hits a 2-hopper. Wold is very busy at short and gets to throw off that gun one more time. Another 6-3 to Upgrand and 2 down here for Oregon Swenson. Swenson so far 5 pitches thrown, so he's at 84 for the tournament. Again, you get chased after 135. You can throw over 135 as long as you start the at-bat at pitch 134 or under. We'll keep you apprised of what's going on, just not nearly even a block away on the base. This is going to be hit off the glove of Swenson. Swenson recovers, tries to throw him out, and Cale Hamry calls him safe. Line drive base knock here for Mitchell, as that was hit right back up the middle to Jorgen Swenson. Swenson did a nice job fielding that ball to bat it down, then having to go a long way into the second base infield area, as you'll have Carter Maggio stepping up. But back to what we said earlier, Hillsborough, Central Valley, Northern Cass playing in a elimination game that's going to be going on. We'll keep you apprised of that one as Cooper Johnson will come on in courtesy here. And after Johnson got hit on the hand by a pitch up in Thompson a few weeks ago, we've seen him be more used as that courtesy runner. Particularly, he's a right-handed thrower, and he's wearing that a little wristband around his right hand. And early here for Central Cass, the name of the game is attack. They are not waiting to see too many pitches on Jorgen. Carter Maggio breaking ball swung on and miss for the junior shortstop. Taking his lead from first is Swenson being held on there. He'll stay put. This is going to be hit on a 1-hopper. That goes to Trom. He'll go the short way 4-6 on the putout to retire the side and the Central Cass Squirrels. So a 1-out single goes awry here in the top of the first inning. As we go to the bottom of the first, it is scoreless on our Bank North scoreboard on your live event.
Watch the 2023 North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with Three Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone, and it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with Three Borders Sports Network and yourliveevent.com. Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Bottom of the first inning we go between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here on YourLiveEvent.com. As taking the mound will be Braden Mitchell here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Going up against Kindred-Richland, the softball team already with a win. Congratulations goes out to Sam Brandt and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. They're heading to state now. It's just a matter of will they be Region 1 softball champs? Well, for Coach Scott Koss and the Squirrels, they still have a chance to get to mine it as the wind is starting to howl a little bit more in a center field as Old Glory is really whipping out there, and also our camera a little bit that we have saddled out in left center. Scott Koss and the Squirrels, they will play the Hillsborough Central Valley Burros or the Northern Cass Jaguars coming up tomorrow at 4. We'll have that game on YourLiveEvent.com and the championship to follow at 6. Here's the pitch on the way to Mason Almaris. That'll be to the backstop for a ball at 1-0. The question here is, will there just be softball tomorrow in Kindred, or will baseball also be part of the show at 5 o'clock? Here's the 1-0 offering. That'll miss for a ball now at 2-0. 3:25 to left, 3:48 to center, and 3:02 down the right field line. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This is going to be a tough play for the third baseman, Boer, but he does a nice job there, able to field it. Holzer had to go down to a knee, but that'll be 5-3 on the putout. Jack Wold, the junior shortstop, will dig in, and so far we've seen really good infield work by both Kindred-Richland with Wold at a shortstop, and already right off the bat here with Eli Boer here for the Central Cass Squirrels at third as he stays at third base, even with the bag, as this one will go all the way to the back. Now 1-0 to Wold. From right to left in the outfield, Bussey, Dakota in center, and then Broughton again in left. Gets to the infield after this pitch. Here's the 1-0 offering. That'll be missing for a ball at 2-0. Eli Boer at third, Manjo at short with Covervig at second, Holzer at first, and Parker behind the plate. Now it's 3-0 here to Wold. So the right-handed pitcher, Mitchell, falls behind Omaris, got him to ground out on a 2-0 pitch. What can he do here at 3-0 to Wold? That'll be a ball 4, and Wold will take a 4-pitch walk. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament a season ago. Kindred-Richland lost in the elimination round to Northern Cass, and then Central Cass would eventually beat the Jakes to make it to Newman Outdoor Field. This year it's the team clad in blue and the team clad in red in Region 1 here in the championship. This is going to miss for a ball, now 1-0. The Region 1 baseball tournament on YourLiveEvent.com. If you missed any of our coverage, you can check out Your Live Events on our website or also our YouTube channel, as this one will miss for a ball as well, now at 2-0. Just click subscribe on our YouTube channel and watch some more games coming up. We're going to be very busy in the next couple weeks with these tournament games and also the All-Star games early part of June. This one in there for a strike at 2-1, and then in July, kind of to give you your mid-summer flair of the Lions All-Star Basketball Series. Also coming up on July 10th and the 11th. The 2-1 offering. This will miss for a ball at 3-1. Doctor and Upgrand, the 1, 2, 3, 4 batters, did a really good job against Fargo Oak Grove. They want to carry that over against the Central Cass Squirrels here in this contest with a 3-1 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike, breaking ball at 3-2. And taking a look back, the teams who've had to play 2 games on Thursday in Central Cass and Oak Grove, they both won their games. And then Kindred-Richland, Northern Cass had to play 2 games on Saturday. The Vikings were able to win both. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and that's a strikeout, and out number 2. So Mitchell gets the strikeout. Runner at first will be Jack Wool, as Parker was kind of looking to maybe see if he could throw back behind the runner and see if Holzer can apply the tag. As due up now is Max Upgrand, our senior first baseman and Enbridge Energy player of the game against the Grovers. This one will be in there for a strike now at 0-1 to the senior first baseman. As again, if you're going to hit a home run here today, it's more likely to right center to right field with how the wind is swirling in from left center field. If you hit it to left or center, you better hit it on a rope. Mitchell, that'll miss for a ball at 1-1. So far, 15 pitches thrown for Brady Mitchell, but again, he's at the disposal of his 135 to go through. Taking his lead off of first is Wold. He'll stay put. This one swung on and missed. Now 1-2. After Upgrand, Jorgen Swinson due up next if Max can find a way to get a base knock here as Holzer holds the runner and Wold again at first. Here's the 1-2 offering. That'll be all the way to the backstop, and the runner will go to second base here. I'll be on the wild pitch variety here, and going to second base will be Wold. As now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on their way to Upgrand. For the Squirrels in the top of the second, 5, 6, and 7 batters due up. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed into the glove, and that is strikeout number 2 here for Brady Mitchell. So a one-out walk goes awry. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're scoreless on our Bank North scoreboard after 1 here on your liveevent.com.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends, and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
To the top of the second inning we go here between Central Cass and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Region 3, some scores starting to trickle their way in from earlier today. Lemoore Litchfield-Marion, the number 1 seed and the state runner-up from a year ago, defeats New Rockford Cheyenne 11-1. Still to come, Carrington against Nelson County Dakota. Region 4 will get through some scores as you have Langdon area Enmore Munich playing Park River. Region 5, the number 3 seed Botno takes down Rugby 10-2 and North Star over Northern Lights. As this one is going to miss for a bowl. Now it's 1-0 to Carter Dakota. Dakota 3 of 10 so far here in the tournament with 3 runs scored and a run driven in. The pitch in there at the knee for a strike at 1-1. And then you take a look at what you're going to see in Region 6. And 7 and 8. We'll get to those scores throughout this broadcast, as that one is going to be called a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here to the junior center fielder as Jorgen Swinson rocks. This is going to be an off-speed pitch. Swinson barehands it, has to throw a quick one. He does to Upgrand. He had to throw a P with the Carter Dakota wheels hustling up the first baseline. And as we mentioned in the first inning, we've seen both teams do a really good job fielding so far here, and more times than not, it doesn't matter the sport. If you're unable to do the little things in basketball, it might be hitting a free throw, rebounding. In football, it might be just the exchange from a center, to a shotgun to a quarterback. If you have some fumbles or just some little mistakes, it can haunt you. And Oak Grove had a handful of errors in the 3rd and 4th inning that allowed Kindred-Richland to really open the game up and win it in 5 over the Grovers earlier tonight. This one will miss for a ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. But still a really nice season and a really good run by Coach Petrick and the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Here's the 1-1 offering with 1 out here in the second. Swung on and missed to Joe, now 1-2. Shoemaker here in the tournament, 3 of 11 with 4 runs scored and a run driven in. This was one of those tournaments where you weren't 100% sure if the top 3 seeds, if both would be represented here in this Region 1 championship. just because Oaks had enough in terms of Fletcher Wilprecht, Gavin Christensen, Rodine. They had enough players to make a run in this particular tournament. The 2-2. This one swung on and missed, and there's a strikeout. So Swenson has gone an inning and 2/3 and gets his first punch out here on the mound. Obviously, Northern Cass, their kryptonite this year was Kindred-Richland, as the Vikings beat them 4 times, but it's still a really good ball club for Coach Sam Johnson and the Jags. Here's the pitch on the way. That'll miss for a ball at 1-0 to Eli Boer, who's 1 of 7 so far here in this contest. Here's the 1-0 offering. That's going to be hit on the ground over the pitcher's head, and then just not going to make that throw was Traum. He had going in front of him trying to cut it off was Wold, and then Traum just said, you know what, we'll eat it. So that'll be an infield single on the way for Eli Boer, and it's a runner at first base. That's going to be a tough play regardless, even if Traum does make that throw at first. It was going to be bang-bang with Eli Boer hustling up the first base line. But once he kind of saw Wold come in front of him as he was about to throw, he just held it to make sure it wasn't anything more than just a single. So Cole Holzer, a junior first baseman. There's the pick, and now going from first to second is going to be Eli Boer. We'll see how far he can go. He rounds second. The right fielder Hoymie's throw. We'll see if it comes in quick enough. It's not going to be able to come in time. So a throwing error on the mound will allow Boer to go from first to third. So all of a sudden, the Central Cass Squirrels with the 1-out single, trying to add to it here to try to bring a runner in here for Central Cass. And all right on cue, you might say announcer's jinx, but we just talk about the sports, and it's about minimizing the mistakes. And now all of a sudden, that is a tough play as you're trying to have Upgrad hold the runner on, as this is going to be in the dirt with Doctor now 1-0. And for Central Cass, can they take advantage with their number 8 batter and Holzer? Then you go to Mason Bussey following that. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike at 1-1. Bottom of the second inning for the Vikings. 5, 6, and 7 batters. The Swenson brothers and Spellhog. If your name starts with an S, well, you're coming up here for Kindred-Richland in the bottom of the second. This is going to be a grounder right to Jorgen Swenson, and that error goes awry. 1-3 on the putout. So no runs. There was a hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. 2 complete on our Bank North scoreboard, or going to the bottom of the second, We're scoreless on your live event.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
To the bottom of the second, we go on our Bank North scoreboard. Visit ibanknorth.com or visit one of their locations near you, including their location in Castleton. It's values-based banking without ever slowing down. Proud member of their communities and supporters. Member FDIC, and they offer the perfect sync for their busy life. And as you're busy, check out their mobile app, and you can take Bank North wherever you want to go. Bank North, providing our scoreboard here in the Region 1 tournament. To the bottom of the second, first pitch swinging. This one is going to be hit in the air. The center fielder in Dakota able to cut in front of Bussey for the out, and Jorgen Swenson is retired on 1 pitch. So now Kylan Swenson will step up to the plate here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Again, with the wind that's blowing in, anything that's hit to center is going to move and tail a little bit on like your golfing slice to right center here today. And with that being said, you're also going to have a chance as getting hit is going to be Tom Perius. And he says he's all right as Cale Hamry comes down the first base side and Eric Olson the third base side. As he said, he's going to be all right. So it's 1-0 upcoming here to Kylan Swenson. Parker behind the plate, and again at the mound is Kylan Swenson. Here's the pitch upcoming. It'll be in there for a strike at 1-1 strike. But back to what we were mentioning earlier here with the win that we're having. Here's the 1-1 offering. This is going to be hit on the ground. Holzer gloves it, flips it to the pitcher, and he's out. Hamry calls him out. Good job on the way by Mitchell to cover after Holzer had to go a little bit to his right to glove that one. 3-1 on the putout and gets a speedy Swenson out in the process as well as we're here in the bottom of the second inning. Grant Spellhaug here, the junior third baseman, will step up now for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. First pitch will be in there for a strike at 0-1. 0-1 offering upcoming here for Spellhaug. Now it's 1-1 as Mitchell rocks and delivers on the mound here for Central Cass. Swung on and missed. Now it's going to be 1-2. Mitchell currently at 25 pitches. Jorgen Swenson at 22 in just this game. Here's the 1-2 pitch upcoming here from Mitchell. The offering. This one will go to the backstop. Now 2-2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament from Viking Varsity Stadium here in Kindred. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 looking, and that'll retire the side here in the bottom of the second inning. 3 up, 3 down as we go to the top of the third on our Bank North scoreboard. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. This is the problem we had the other day. It's like it just needs to take a moment or two and
Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Top third, here we go on our Bank North scoreboard. It's Central Cass and the Kindred-Richland Vikings here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's the Region 1 Baseball Tournament Championship game, a win for Central Cass. They are heading to the Magic City. They went to Jamestown 2 years ago. Last year to Newman Outdoor Field. They're looking to get to Minot. Well, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, a win keeps their season alive. That's just the best way to say it. Again, a win keeps their season alive here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and then they have a chance for a winner-take-all game tomorrow here. That would also be in Kindred. This one in there for a strike at 0-1, and unlike a baseball, as you have coming up here at the plate with Mason Bussey, Logan Broughton, and Sam Covervig, it's the highest seed remaining is the number 1 overall seed. As an example for Kindred-Richland, they will be the home team, as this is going to be a tough hop over to Spellhaug, able to come with it. One hop, and that one's going to be in the dirt, and that's going to be a difficult play. We'll see how they score it at home, if it's going to be an air or if it's going to be on the base knock on that one, as they will officially give it the air on the way. And now all of a sudden that's the second air here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, as coming up to the plate will be Logan Broughton. So a runner at first base here is Bussey, as the pitcher, again, and Jorgen Swenson looks back at the runner. The pitch, throwing back, and that will be in there safely, will be Bussey, as that pitch missed for a ball to Broughton. It's 1-0 in the count. So Logan Broughton digs back in. He's been a table setter for Coach Maggio, and what would you expect as the number 1 batter in the lineup here? As Jorgen Swenson, well, they'll say yes, he did go. Now they have the runner in a rundown, but unable to do anything with it. Stealing second base will be Mason Bussey. So it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. They threw behind the runner to Opgren, and by the time you got Doctor throwing it to Opgren, it one-hopped him, and going to second base was Mason Bussey after the bunt was unable to be brought by Logan Broughton, but they still do what the Squirrels were needed to do here, and that's move the runner over, but now with still no outs instead of 1 out. The pitch, that'll be in the dirt, and good job by Doctor keeping that one in front of him here, as that one just was a slow breaking ball, and then all of a sudden got a little too far for Doctor. So for the Central Cass Squirrels, a chance to score the first run on our Bank North scoreboard here in the top of the 3rd inning. Central Cass looking to get ahead on Kindred-Richland here in the top of the 3rd, as this will go all the way to the backstop. Going to third base now on the wild pitch is going to be Mason Bussey, and we'll have a 2-2 count upcoming. They left a runner on at first in the first inning with 2 outs. They left a runner on at third in the second with 2 outs. So now they got a runner at third with no outs here. The infield comes in, and that'll miss for a ball. It's now 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on the way to Broughton. As the runner at third base again, and Bussey takes his lead. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and miss, a high fastball into the glove of Doctor for the strikeout. Jorgen Swenson gets his second strikeout, gone 2 1/3 innings so far, 31 pitches thrown in this tournament right now. He's at 110 out of his 135 pitches that he can throw here in the Region 1 baseball tournament. As the pitch upcoming here, look out, that goes right over the press box here with Sam Coppervig at 0-1. We've seen at particular times here today that foul ball is definitely going to pepper the press box here once or twice. And here's the 0-1 offering upcoming with the runner at third base again with Mason Bussey. The pitch, looking for a squeeze play. Doctor's going to run back the runner at third. As we've seen this a handful of times throughout this Region 1 baseball tournament, where there's Squirrels with a runner on third are more than willing to either use the suicide squeeze or the safety squeeze at particular times and maybe see if they can catch the infield, not so much on their toes but on their heels. So we'll have the 1 ball, 1 strike upcoming. Again, fortunate that Mason Bussey was able to scamper back to third. They're looking to bunt this one, foul back to the back. Now they have a chance to run him down. Here's the throw to Wool, that's short. Wool looks to try to get him. Now it goes to the pitcher, Swenson. Can he beat him at third? He does. That's out. So you get the second strike on Coppervig, and then you're going to go 2-6-1 on the putout. Really nice job by Jorgen to cover the catcher, but just moments ago, it was a better job by Wool to get to third to make sure that Doctor could chase him down, and he got there. And a better job by Wool because the ball wasn't right in front of him. He had to turn a little bit to grab that, and as he did, threw it to Swenson, and Jorgen put on the afterburners to get the out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball that's going to be fouled up the first base line, and that'll be just a foul. So we'll keep it at 1-2. But mark that scoring at home. That's almost leaving a runner on base, if you will, if you're Central Cass. You try that small ball variety. You try that suicide squeeze where you're going on the pitch, not a delayed or safety squeeze. You're going, and if it is foul tipped or into the glove on a strike, you might be hosed down at third, and that's exactly what happened here in the top of the 3rd inning. The 1-2 offering hit on the ground right back to the pitcher, Jorgen Swenson. 1-3, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings able to work around a leadoff error, stolen base, and a wild pitch. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. 2.5 complete on our Bank North scoreboard from Kindred. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Vikings coming to the plate.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts, from edible bean equipment to air compressors and pressure washers. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat clothing selection at Emery Vistos Implement. Anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or go online to vistoimplement.com. That's vistoimplement.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here as we have a moment. Region 2, awfully good one also on yourliveevent.com in Mayville. 7-6 Thompson, but the Mayport CG Patriots have runners at first and second with 2 outs, down by 1 in the top of the 6th. And the Region 1 softball tournament also going on just across the way in Kindred. 2-1 Hillsboro Central Valley in the bottom of the 4th against Northern Cass. That is an elimination game. The winner to play Central Cass coming up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Swung on and missed with Andrew Hoyme now 0-1 as Braden Mitchell has thrown 28 pitches so far here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Done 2 innings of work with just 1 walk against him, no hits. Breaking ball, and that'll miss now 1-1. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Hoyme, Trom, and Almaris. Here's the pitch. This is foul back into the netting, and now 1-2. And at particular times, we have seen the wind of gusts kind of come through for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then all of a sudden go back down for about 10 or 15, and then really kind of come back on its high horse here today in Kindred. This will be a ball asking for time. There was Owen Hoyme, and the pitch comes, and fortunately for Owen Hoyme, that didn't go right down Broadway, because now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Otherwise, that would have been a strikeout. The 2-2. All the way to the backstop now, 3-2. We saw a 3-ball count with Wool, the 3-ball count with Doctor. That was full, and now we're seeing a 3-ball count with Owen Hoyme as well. As the lights have come on here at Viking Varsity Stadium, here's the 3-2 pitch. That'll be a ball and a 6-pitch walk here for Owen Hoyme. Second walk of the game for Braden Mitchell, and now it's to Andrew Trom stepping up to the plate here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The number 9 batter here was Trom, playing second base, and we've seen him flash the leather a couple of times in this tournament. Here for Trom as well against Fargo Oak Grove. He went 0 for 2 with a walk. This is going to be a bunt. Boer looks to lead runner, but then goes to Holzer, and they're going to get the out at first. So Andrew Trom with a sacrifice bunt to move the runner into scoring position. Hoyme will scamper down to second. Now there's one down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Nicely done by Andrew Trom, and Mason O'Maris, the senior center fielder, 0 for 1 with a grounder on a 2-0 pitch to Eli Boer at 3rd. His last time up is taking the lead from second is Owen Hoyme. Runner looks back. The pitch by Mitchell, and that'll be out of the zone at 1-0. The Region 1 championship here, it's game number 1 of potential 2. The Vikings need to win and hold serve. The reason why we're playing in Kindred. Kindred-Richland, the number 1 overall seed, as this is going to be hit right back up the middle, and it's a chance. Hoyme rounding 3rd. Here's going to be the throw by Dakota, and it's going to one-hop the catcher, and coming in to score is going to be Hoyme as Mason Almaris stays put at second base. It's an RBI single here for Kindred-Richland as the Vikings now lead it 1-0 on our Bank North scoreboard. Mason Almaris with the run batted in, the run scored with Hoyme here. And now it's 1-0 in favor of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. That was a really nice throw by Dakota, but it kind of looked from our point of view, almost hit the lip between the dirt and the grass for it to really take a high bounce. If that would have been maybe another 4 feet thrown almost right to the glove, that would have surely been a bang-bang play at home. Instead, it's a runner at second with 1 out and a 1-0 lead, and now it's a 1-0 count here to Jack Wool. So the Kindred Vikings score first here on our Bank North scoreboard, and that runner at 3rd now looms large here for Central Cass when he was picked off with Mason Bussey in the dirt at 2-0. You'll hear from baseball fans and baseball players, you load the bases, you don't score, particularly with no outs. It's going to come back and haunt you, and when you're caught between 3rd and home 2 in particular times, that's like missing a layup in basketball and the other team goes down the other side. It doesn't matter who throws it. It can be a granny shot from half court. It's probably going in, and it's a 4-0 or 5-0 swing in basketball. Here it's at least 1 run so far for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 2 balls, 1 strike to Wold, who drew a 4-pitch walk his last time up in the 1st inning. for Braden Mitchell. Now it's about minimizing damage here in the bottom of the third. 7 innings for high school baseball. As once we get to the fourth, we'll reach that midway point of this contest. As this is all the way to the backstop here, and going down to third base will be Mason Almaris. Now 3-1. So the wild pitch will allow the Kindred-Richland Vikings now to be in the same position that Central Cass was in just moments ago, with a runner at third with 1 out. The pitch fouled back at 3-2. Infielders tight. Hitter's delight. We'll see if that comes true for Jack Wold. Just an opportunity. Here's the left fielder, Broughton, taking a couple steps into left with that wind blowing in. The 3-2 pitch in the dirt. Parker does a good job blocking that one. It should be ball 4, and it is. So Wold will take his second walk. That's a third one for Braden Mitchell. Now you have runners at the corners, and we'll see if Dustin Maggio will come out here for a little conference call, or he just makes a quick adjustment as Holzer holds the runner at first. Eli Boer is going to play even with the bag at third. The middle infield will try to turn 2 if they can. Wold will see if he leaves. He stays put, breaking ball in the dirt, and that'll be 1-0 now to Jeremiah Doctor. Doctor struck out swinging his last time up, but you have speed on the base pass with Mason Almaris at third base, and at first is Jack Wold. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss for a ball now at 2-0. For the Central Cass Squirrels, top of the fourth inning, 3, 4, and 5 batters with Mitchell, Maggio, and Dakota as they have the quick flip, but going to be back there in time is going to be Wold. That one also in the dirt, so good job by Holzer, able to put his glove on that one. Here's the 2-0 pitch upcoming for Doctors. This one is fouled back now, 2-1. Pitcher perfect day. You couldn't really ask for a better spring-like early summer. It feels like state track and field week as always here in North Dakota, where you get to Memorial Day weekend, you feel like it might be the first 80 or 90 degree day of the year, and we're going to be nearing that here throughout the week potentially, as this one swung on and missed at 2-2 and state track and field Thursday through Saturday in Bismarck. And then the state baseball tournament the following weekend, the 1st through the 3rd in Minot at Corbett Field. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. This is going to be hitting the air up the third base line, but slicing foul. Couldn't ask for much greener grass as well for all the showers and rainstorms that we have. If you've been a farmer, you're kind of saying, some of it's been all right, but we like to get in the field and finish our planting. But overall, the next couple of days look pretty good. Chance from maybe a spotty shower or two, but right now it is a gorgeous day for high school sports here in Kindred, with 4 games of softball across the way and 2 baseball games here at Viking Varsity Diamond. The 2-2 pitch, and that'll miss. Thinking it was going to be ball 4 was Jeremiah Doctor, but he does work the count full for a second consecutive at-bat. The senior catcher here looking to deliver against the righty Braden Mitchell. It'll be Mitchell's 49th pitch. Swung on and missed, and Mitchell gets the strikeout. Max Upgren will step up to the plate. So now Braden Mitchell has 3, make that 4 strikeouts so far here in this contest. A walk, sack, bunt here in the inning, a single walk, and a strikeout here for Mitchell on the mound. The pitch, that'll miss for a ball at 1-0. Max Upgren with a strikeout his last time up. Runners at the corners. We'll see if Wold leaves at first base here. There's the pickoff throw. Diving back in safely as Holzer flips it back to Mitchell. Eli Boer trying to keep the runner at third as close as possible, and Mason Almaris. Here's the 1-0 offering. The pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, swung on and missed. Now 1-1. After Upgren here, Jorgen Swenson. It's the most batters that Kindred-Richland has sent to the plate against Braden Mitchell in an inning, as this is batter number 6. Here's the 1-1. This is going to be hitting the air to the left fielder, Broughton, who has to come in on his horse and make a diving play in left. Oh, what a play by the left fielder to finish this side. The wind was blowing it in. Logan Broughton loses his hat to boot, but he's got the flowing locks for the out, and that'll retire the side. What a play by the left fielder here for Central Cass. There was a run across, however, for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they strike first on a hit. There is no errors and 2 runners left on base. 3 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. So Vikings up by 1.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
The Kindred Vikings Booster Club is an organization of parents and community members that supports and encourages the advancement to Kindred athletic programs, focusing on wholesome school spirit, promoting good sportsmanship, and developing high ideals of character. For more information, or if you'd like to be part of the Kindred Vikings Booster Club, send an email to kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. That's kindredboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Vikings!
The broadcast of this tournament game has been made in special arrangement with the Region 1 Activities Directors and also the North Dakota High School Activities Association. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors in this one. If you see any of our sponsors and you know who they are, make sure you patronize them, because without those sponsors from in and around Region 1 baseball and softball, we would not be bringing you these games, and also in particular Region 2 as well, going on in Thompson and Mayville. Here's the pitch on the way, as this one is going to miss for a ball. It's now going to be 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes on the way here. The pitch upcoming, as that one will miss for a ball as well. Now 2-0 to Braden Mitchell. So Mitchell, Monjo, and Verkota, the heart of the order here for Central Cass, 3, 4, and 5. This one in there for a strike at 2-1. Jorgen Swenson right now at 39 pitches thrown. He's inching up there to around 120, currently at 119. This is going to be a high fly ball deep to right center field. Might it split the gap? Almaris looking to grab it. He can. It one hops the wall, high off the wall. Mitchell makes his way to second, and it's a leadoff double here for Brady Mitchell. On most nights, that one might have been gone a little bit with the wind coming in and blowing towards right. It one hops the wall, but a loud double to start the top of the 4th inning here for the Central Cass Squirrels, as he'll be courtesy run for as Cooper Johnson will come on. So Brandon Mitchell now 2 for 2 in the game in the tournament. Mitchell is 7 of 11 here for Brandon Mitchell so far. What do you expect from a number 3 batter? So for the Kindred-Richland Vikings now, Carter Maggio will come up to the plate and upgrade for Kindred-Richland. Stands in on the grass at first. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball. Now 1-0. This contest started nearly 45 minutes ago here in Kindred. It's the Region 1 baseball tournament on yourliveevent.com. The 1 seed of Kindred-Richland against the 3 seed of Central Cass. The pitch. This will get all the way to the backstop on a pass ball. Cooper Johnson will go to third. It's now 2-0. Nobody out here, and for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, taking a look at what they did last year, they were the 3 seed. Central Cass was the 1, so another year where we see the 1 versus the 3 here in this championship series. The pitch, this is going to be popped up and out of play. Now 2-1. Carter Maggio, 1 of 12 in this tournament, but he has 2 runs scored, and right now looking to tie this puppy up here in the 4th. Swung on and miss on the breaking ball. Now 2-2 as we're at the midway point of this contest. For the Vikings, they'll bring the infield in, trying to cut down the runner at home if it isn't on the ground. The 2-2. That'll be out of the zone at now 3-2. Carter Verkota due up next, then Joe Shoemaker. Region 1 baseball tournament. Picture-perfect day, as we mentioned here in Kindred, has taken his time. Will be Carter Maggio stepping off the plate. State golf coming up around the corner as well. It's just a fun and busy time of year. The 3-2, that'll miss in the dirt. And now Carter Maggio will draw the first free pass here against Jorgen Swenson with runners at the corners and nobody out. And we'll see what Doctor signals here to his infield, as you have Spellhaug at third, Wold at shortstop, Trom at second, and Upgren at first. In the outfield, left to right, Kylan, Swenson, Almaris, and Hoyme. But a perfect day. You look down either side. You have fans hanging on the rails, enjoying a technically spring, but it feels like summer night here in Kindred. The pitch. Johnson goes hard down third. Now it's going to be a delayed steal to second, and coming into second base now will be Maggio. So Maggio will take the stolen base. Cooper Johnson was about 25 feet down the line by the time the ball finally with Doctor was looking to bring him back. The third baseman, though, was coming in wanting to play the squeeze play, so there was nobody there to cover at third base. So now runners in scoring position as Carter Dakota works with a hitter's count. The 1-0 looking to bunt. It's in the air. They have a chance for two. It goes right back to Jorgen Swenson. They field it to the shortstop, and they get the double play on the suicide squeeze. It's the second time tonight the Squirrels have tried the squeeze, and it's bit them in the butt twice. This for a double play. It ran in enough on Dakota. He couldn't put the ball down, and on that one, it'll go 1-5. Covering there was Wold that time at third. That is a tough one there on the double play. Carter Maggio stands at second as Johnson is out at third. And this one will be in there for a strike now at 0-1. Oh, how the tables can potentially turn here in this one. It was a 2-6-1 to finish a runner off at third earlier. This one swung on it, missed at 0-2 in the third inning as Logan Broughton was out. 2-6-1, they were trying to squeeze it. It was foul tipped into the glove of Doctor with Broughton hustling down. Then by the time he threw it to the shortstop, Wolf gave it back to Swenson to apply the tag. Not going through. It's now 1-2. And a one-run game, those are the difference makers right now. But sometimes you say you haven't hit the pitcher in Jorgen Swenson too well today. So you try the small ball variety, trying to manufacture a run or two. The 1-2 offering swung on and into the glove, and that'll retire the Squirrels here in the top of the fourth inning. So a leadoff double goes awry. No runs a hit. There were no errors and one runner left on base. We played 3.5 here from Kindred. The Vikings coming to the plate on our Bank North scoreboard.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Bottom of the fourth inning, and the base running blunders right now by Central Cass, and you can't fault them because they're being aggressive. It's not that someone was caught napping, caught out, at second base or third. I mean, they're trying to force the catcher and Doctor maybe to, miss a ball. Jorgen Swenson maybe have a balk, just something to manufacture a run. Dakota's ball, though, on the suicide squeeze variety was just popped right up and unable to bring anybody in. So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning here. Kindred-Richland, the Vikings, a chance to add to their 1-0 lead right now here on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes, Region 2 baseball tournament going on at Mayville State, and it's a barn burner there as well. The Patriots and the Tommies tied at 7 in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Region 1 softball tournament going on also in Kindred, 5-1 in favor of Hillsborough Central Valley over Northern Cass in the 5th. If the Burros end up winning that game, they'll play Central Cass tomorrow in a state qualifier. So Jorgen, Kylan, and Grant Spellhaug do up here. The 1-0 offering on the way with Braden Mitchell. That'll miss for a ball now 2-0. Mitchell so far 54 pitches thrown in this contest. On the opposite side for Jorgen Swenson, he's thrown 52. However, he's reaching the near point of his limit. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike at 2-1. Jorgen Swenson has thrown 131 pitches, so he only has 4 more to go once we get to the top of the 5th inning, and then they'll have to make a pitching change. The 2-1 offering in there for a strike at 2-2. Jorgen Swenson 0 for 1 today with a fly out to Bussey to open up the 2nd inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and miss, and Mitchell gets his 5th strikeout. 2 strikeouts in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 in the 4th here for Mitchell. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 1 run off of just 1 hit. They have committed 2 errors, and they've left 3 runners on. as it'll be in there for a strike to Kylan Swenson. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, no runs on 3 hits. They have yet to commit an error, and they've left 3 runners on base. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll be out of the zone for a ball, now at 1-1. One out here is Mitchell. Rocks and delivers. Breaking ball. That'll miss for a ball at 2-1. Umpiring crew again, Tom Pirius calling balls and strikes. Cale Hamry up the first baseline and Eric Olson at third. This one swung on and missed, now 2-2. Delax Burlington moving on in their particular region, a team that the Lakers upended the Squirrels last season in the state baseball tournament. This is in the dirt at 3-2. Central Cass, however, was able to defeat Delax Burlington in the state semifinals for basketball. As we take a look at the Region 7, Delax Burlington 7-3 over Kenmare Bull-Bells Burke Central, and then Renville County won 12-7 over Tioga. Here's the 3-ball, 2-strike, 1-out pitch on the way here in the bottom of the 4th inning on our Bank North scoreboard. The full count on the way here for Mitchell. This is going to be a fastball. Contest that started back at 7:15, 15 minutes old here in Kindred. On our Viking varsity diamond, here's the 3-2 offering. Swung on in the dirt. Parker will have to go the long way. They do to Holzer for the strikeout. Back-to-back case here, and there's 2 down now on our Bank North scoreboard. Grant Spellhaug, the junior third baseman, struck out looking for the final out of out number 2. 4 straight retired for Mitchell now on the mound. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball at 1-0. Eli Boer, Cole Holzer, and Mason Bussey, the 7, 8, and 9 batters, due up next for the Central Cass Squirrels. Once we get to the top of the 5th inning, it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. And going to the top of the 5th inning, more than likely, unless Swenson can get 3 outs in 4 pitches. We'll see what Scott Milbrandt and who he goes to in relief. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way for Mitchell on the mound. This will miss for a ball at 2-2. Owen Hoyme due up next. He's the lone run so far in this game for Kindred-Richland. The 2-2. This one will be in the dirt. So Kylan Swenson was able to work the count full, a 2-ball, 2-strike count with Jorgen Swenson. So they're making Mitchell, even though they're not getting outs, they're making him throw some pitches here. Pitch number 70 of the game, and that'll be a good walk on the way for Grant Spellhaug. And Mitchell can take all the pitches he wants, but going back to the pitch count rules, 0-45, he got 0 days of rest. 46-90, again, it's 1 day of rest. So no matter what, Mitchell is not going to be able to throw tomorrow if it gets to tomorrow, if the Vikings can hold on and win, as this one is going to miss or be in there for a strike at 0-1. So if you're Coach Maggio right now, as long as Mitchell has been able to throw strikes, utilize that fastball, curveball, changeup here off speed, and he can hit the zone, you're going to let him ride as many pitches as you possibly can here in this game for what it takes for the Squirrels. Here's the 0-2. Hit on the ground. This one will go to Covervig. It eats him up a little bit, but able to go to Maggio to retire the side here. That'll be 4-6 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. On our Bank North scoreboard, it is a 1-0 contest between the Vikings and the Squirrels, with Central Cass coming to the plate.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
At At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
To the top of the fifth inning we go on our Bank North scoreboard. Kindred-Richland won the Central Cass Squirrels scoreless here on YourLiveEvent.com. Boer, Holzer, and Bussey due up here in the top of the fifth inning. That one will be in there for a strike now at 0-1 to Eli Boer, who's got a single so far today, then stranded at third base. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll miss for a ball at 1-2 again. Swenson right now at the pitch count at 133 pitches. Here's the 134. I'll be in there for a strike at 1-2, so this will be the last pitch upcoming here for Swenson, or the last batter, upcoming here for Swenson, as he'll be able to finish this batter off, but then there will need to be a pitching change. So Eli Boer being patient at the plate. Here's the 1-2 offering upcoming. Swung on and miss, and that'll be the strikeout. So back-to-back Ks here for Jorgen Swenson. And now all of a sudden you'll have to bring a new pitcher coming on here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Jorgen Swenson goes 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Actually, he will have 4 strikeouts here in this one for Swenson. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, looks like Cody Thompson coming on the mound. We will let you know the defensive changes on your live event.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsboro location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Top of the fifth inning we go. Jorgen Swenson again, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts, and he will finish right on the 135 pitch count here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Swenson is done for the remainder of this tournament, as Cody Thompson will come on. Thompson had a complete game win in 5 over the Enderlin Eagles. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. A little bit different where you have Swenson maybe being more of the fastball variety. Not to say Cody Thompson can't zing a fastball in there, but he's going to rely more on the off-speed and breaking pitches. So you're hoping that the Central Cass Squirrels might be timed up ready enough with Thompson coming on the mound here with Holzer and Bussey due up. This one will be in there for a strike at 0-1. Is Hoyme with 80 pitches so far. Jack Weld with 49. As this one will miss for a ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cody Thompson now at 72 pitches. Mason Almaris at 91 here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So that's again a look at what we've seen with the pitching staff here for Kindred-Richland. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Mason Bussey due up next. 2-1 upcoming with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch, curveball in there for a strike at 2-2. And like we said, pitching at times is just about changing elevations, changing speeds, and that's exactly what Scott Milbrandt is hoping here, that Thompson, with that big breaking ball, that he can locate it and get opportunities and outs like this. Is coming on in center field as Mason O'Maris. It'll be the second out, and it can be very tough sometimes going up against a hurler who's hitting the strike zone, pulling out a breaking ball, then all of a sudden going up against a guy who really relies on the breaking ball. And if you're Central Cass, you're saying Cody Thompson kind of throws the kitchen sink at you. He will try to beat you with the fastball here and there, but he will locate that breaking ball is the main one, as he does here for a strike, now at 0-1. Mason Bussey reached base at third, got all the way to third his last time up in the third via the air, then stole second and was able to get to third on a wild pitch. This will be hit up the third baseline foul, now 0-2. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, bottom of the fifth inning, they will send Trom, Almaris, and Wold to the plate. Here's the 0-2 pitch upcoming here with Thompson. There's the fastball, as we mentioned. I'll go all the way to the backstop now, 1-2. But when Cody Thompson is going, he is hitting with the particular off-speed pitches here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Here's the 1-2 offering. This will be in the dirt. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. If Bussey can get aboard, it goes back to the top of the lineup with Logan Broughton here for Central Cass. Just a combined 4 hits so far here in this one. The 2-2 pitch hit on the ground. This will be an opportunity for Trom. Trom able to go to Upgrand, and they just in time able to beat the runner 4-3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Central Cass Squirrels here in the top of the 5th on our Bank North scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Vikings will be setting up Trom to lead off next on your live event.
Tomorrow is happening right now. Today, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. That's why Enbridge is advancing new technologies to reduce emissions, like carbon capture and hydrogen power. By putting in the work today, we're bridging to a cleaner energy future. Tomorrow is on. Enbridge. Life takes energy.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Viking Varsity Diamond in Kindred. It is the Region 1 Baseball Tournament on yourliveevent.com. Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show. Once we get there, we will hear our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. We'll hear from them. We'll also get to our Arctic Enterprises Feature Precision Play of the Contest and more. That's all coming up. We'll either celebrate a championship for Central Cass tonight, or the Kindred-Richland Vikings will have a chance to earn a championship tomorrow. Same for Central Cass, as it is a double elimination point of the tournament. Trom swung on and missed, now 0-1. So Trom, Almaris, and Wold here, 9-1-2 batters to start things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 0-1, that'll be missing down low for a ball at 1-1. Trom with a sacrifice bunt his last time up. Here's the 1-1 offering. I'll be out of the zone for a ball now 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike on the way here. Mitchell with the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. And tell you what, Mitchell, he's just getting the ball, getting on the mound, and he is looking to fire. So if you're a batter, you better be ready to go. The 2-2. This is going to be hit in the air. That's to right field. Bussey is there underneath it, and that'll be 1 out. 1 down here as we bring up Mason Almaris, 1 of 2 today with a single his last time up. Region 2 baseball tournament, Thompson and Mayport CG, 7-7 bases loaded of Tommies with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning, either going extras or that game's going final. Top of the 6th inning, Hillsboro Central Valley 5-3 over Northern Cass with 2 outs, but the Jakes have runners in scoring position. It is that kind of a night apparently here for high school sports. The 1-0 pitch, that'll miss for a ball at 2-0. We will have the Region 2 baseball tournament tomorrow as well. If needed, the Region 2 baseball championship game on Wednesday for the 2nd. This is going to be a pop-up. Holzer, Bussey chasing after this one. It'll land right in between them for a strike now at 2-1. Region 2 softball and Region 1 softball, no matter what, will wrap up tomorrow. And Region 1 baseball, if this game currently stands the way it is, would wrap up tomorrow as well. So we'll see how many more extra games we get of the spring here on the eastern side of the state. The 2-1 pitch on the way as Mitchell back on the mound. 82nd pitch. This is going to be hit in the air. Dakota makes a couple of steps for the out. So a fly out to Bussey, a fly out to Dakota. 2 down now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Central Cass, this is game number 18 of the season for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, game number 19 of the year. Wold has so far 2 walks in this game, and he's drawn a full count and a 4-pitch walk so far here for Wold. Here's the 1-0 offering on the way from Mitchell. That'll miss for a ball at 2-0. Last batter to get aboard with a single here was Mason O'Meara with a single in the 3rd. A walk by Wold, then he had a walk by Grant Spellhaug, and those have been the only base runners since then. This one in there for a strike now at 2-1. Central Cass down to their final 6 outs when we go to the top of the 6th inning, trailing by 1. This one will be in the dirt at 3-1. The Vikings looking for a 2-out rally. Well, for Mitchell, looking for a tidy 3 up, 3 down, and then bring the top of the lineup up in the top of the 6th inning here for Central Cass. Here's the 3-1 offering. That's going to be foul. Now 3-2. Cody Thompson has thrown 10 pitches. He add on to what he did against Interland 70. Has thrown 80 so far here in the Region 1 tournament. Here's the 3-2 pitch in the dirt. Wold will take his 3rd walk. That's the 5th free pass by Mitchell. And now there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning with a runner on. And Jeremiah Doctor 0 for 2 from the plates. Will be stepping up here as the catcher takes his pads off from the catcher's equipment. Jeremiah Doctor against Forgo Oak Grove. 3 hits on 4 at-bats. 2 singles, a double, and a run driven in. Here's the pitch. Doctor will take for a ball, now 1-0. One thing that they're doing right now is the pitch count. Again, this is number 90 here for Mitchell. Starts to keep moving a little bit here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch, that'll miss for a ball at 2-0. You get 135 pitches in the tournament. That's it. So Mitchell can still very well try to go through a complete game here, but these 2-out batters, you'll get an 8 maybe pitch at count, foul some pitches off. You can eat some pitches here. And now they're being very patient here after Wold drew a walk. Doctor hasn't taken that bat off his shoulder so far. It's now 2-1. Holzer won the runner at first, and Wold with 2 outs. The Vikings looking to extend their lead. Mitchell looking for a quality pitch to get the bats up. And this will be fouled into the parking lot. Now 2-2. 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch number 92 thrown, and this will be 93 now for Mitchell. Shakes off Parker a couple times, and now Doctor calls the strike. Pitch number 5, the at-bat upcoming here to Jeremiah Doctor. Struck out swinging in the 1st, struck out swinging in the 3rd. It's now down to a 2-strike count again with Mitchell here in the 5th. And a foul tipped into the glove of Parker, and it's a strikeout swinging again for Mitchell against Jeremiah Doctor. Strikeout number 7. There were no runs scored off, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The Vikings have stranded 5 through 5 so far on our Bank North scoreboard. 1-0 in favor of Kindred-Richland.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Top of the 8th inning in Mayville. It's Thompson and Mayport CG tied at 7 apiece, going to extra innings in that contest. Region 1 softball across the way here in Kindred. Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Northern Cass 5-3 Burrows going to the bottom, make it the top of the 7th inning. So in that particular game, Northern Cass is down to their final 3 outs. As we mentioned earlier, here's some other scores making their way through here on yourliveevent.com for some of the games that have gone final across other regions. Region 5, Botno over Rugby 10-2, and North Star defeats Northern Lights. Rugby able to come back with a 10-0 win over Harvey-Wells County. Lamore-Litchfield Marion moves on in their particular contest with New Rockford Cheyenne 11-1. Carrington and Nelson County Dakota currently in action. So those are some of the other scores. As we get some more scores, we will gladly pass those on here on yourliveevent.com. Grant Spellhog again on in relief. Brady Mitchell, 5 innings of work so far, has just 1 hit against him. That came back with a single by Mason Almaris. He has 5 walks and 7 strikeouts on the mound here for Central Cass, but the Squirrels currently down to their final 6 outs unless they're able to take a lead or at least tie here in the 6th or 7th innings. Broughton, Covervig, and Mitchell top of the lineup, 3rd time through the order here for Central Cass. The pitch, breaking ball, will miss for a ball, now 1-0. Logan Broughton 0 for 2 today with a strikeout so far here for the Central Cass Squirrels. The 1-0 pitch misses in the dirt, now 2-1. 2 balls, no strikes. If you're just joining us, the difference so far in this game is Central Cass has had 2 runners run in a rundown, as this will run in on the back and hit Broughton, and a hit by a pitch. So first free pass for Cody Thompson as he's come on in relief. So far has gone 2/3 of an inning. A fly out and a ground out, now a hit by a pitch as Sam Covervig steps up, and you have Logan Broughton with speed at first. Covervig, who can handle the bat well at the plate. We'll see if it's a hit and run, a bunt, or just a straight steal on the way. We know something is going to happen with how Central Cass has been very aggressive. And speaking of aggressive, taking a dangerous lead would be Logan Broughton, but dangerous both ways. Dangerous if you're Central Cass getting picked off. Dangerous if you're Kindred-Richland. That extra step to try to get into scoring position as Upgrant holds him. Runner stays put. This is in the dirt. Doctors throw back at 1 hops, and this will go into right field as you had a collision with Upgrant and Broughton. Broughton was coming back as Upgrant was trying to grab the ball. It 1 hopped him. Everyone looks to be all right on that particular play. Now it's going to be 1-0. That was always fun to see, too, those little things that can move a runner again up, as we mentioned, 90 feet. Hoyme did a good job coming back to backstop that. The 1-0 pitch. This is going to be bunted down the first base line. Thompson has to hurry, can't get it out of his glove, and it's an infield single here for Sam Covervig. A perfectly executed bunt by the Central Cass Squirrels second baseman. Broughton goes to second. Covervig with an infield base knock here. And now all of a sudden, you have the Central Cass Squirrels with a runner at first and second, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings going to call a quick time here on the mound. We'll keep it here on yourliveevent.com. It's the Region 1 Baseball Tournament. Chase Miller, Joey Hughes with you here from Kindred. And going back to Sam Covervig's bunt, that was about as best that you could do. Get it by the pitcher. The second baseman's playing deep, so he's not going to come on. And Cody Thompson is going to look like he's going to be done here as the Kindred-Richland Vikings will be making a pitching change. We'll let you know who that is coming up around the corner here on yourliveevent.com.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Go to the top of the sixth inning. Here's some new changes. Jack Gould is going to be on the mound. At third base will be Spellhau coming back on here for the for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. You'll have Jorgen Swenson at second base. Traum is at second, and then Upgren is going to be at first. So again, Spellhaug, Jorgen Swenson at short, Traum at second, Upgren at first. And it's about the best situation that Central Cass has been in since the fourth inning, where they had a leadoff double and then a walk with Maggio, but they ran themselves out of the inning after being on a double play bunt with Carter Dakota, and then you had Johnson retired as well. So again, Spellhaug is at a third base here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. The Vikings, Upgren, Swenson, and Swenson due up in the bottom of the sixth, but right now, what are we going to have? Jack Gould has thrown 49 pitches so far here in this tournament, and he got hit against the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers back on Thursday, where he went an inning and 2/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, and 4 strikeouts with no walks. So 3, 4, and 5 batters due up for the Squirrels, and they got to be salivating right now here in the top of the sixth inning with no outs. The pitch upcoming. Getting out of the way is Mitchell. Now it's 1-0. Mitchell, a single and a double, and he one-hopped the wall in right center field. He got speed on with Broughton at second, Coppervig at first. The 1-0 offering, foul back now, 1-1. Well, you can say how the tables have turned, if you will, for Central Cass if they can score. They've had runners at third today, but it's about breaking through that dam and getting a run on the Bank North scoreboard. If you're Kindred-Richland, how do you get out of the pickle now in the top of the sixth inning? One down runner. Broughton really making his way. Now there's a time. Broughton dancing, kind of going a foot right, foot left, foot back, trying to see if he can maybe get the pitcher again in Wold to maybe step off the rubber or even draw a balk. Here's the 1-1 offering from Wold. Breaking ball in there for a strike at 1-2. So after running the fastball on a 1-1 count, Wold goes off speed. It's now 1-2 upcoming here to Braden Mitchell. The 1-2 pitch upcoming as Wold looks back the runner. Here's the 1-2 offering. In the dirt, that's going to be a wild pitch. Allow the runners to move up 90 feet. And now runners in scoring position. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So runners at second and third. The game-tying run and the go-ahead run here for the Central Cass Squirrels with nobody out now here in the top of the sixth inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield comes in for Kindred-Richland. The pitch to Mitchell as Wold looks back the runners. The 2-2. Fastball foul back. And we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cody Thompson has now thrown 75 pitches here in the tournament. For Jack Wold has now thrown 54. Taking a look at what Thompson had coming into this one. Here's the 2-2 offering. Breaking ball. This is going to be up the first baseline. Upgren will see the run come in. He'll just go 3 unassisted, take the out, give up the run. Both teams will take it, if you will. Convervig will move up to third. Broughton comes in to score the first run of the game. It's a run driven in for Mitchell. He's going to be recorded out as Convervig goes to third base. That run is charged to Cody Thompson. It's now 1-1. So you'll have the RBI here for Mitchell. First pitch, this is going to be a grounder. Coming across home. Do they get him out home? They do! Oh, what a play by the shortstop, Jorgen Swenson. Another runner out with Convervig. This one at home plate. And now there's 2 down here with a runner at first base, as you'll have a 1-1 game. So Convervig is out at home. Tom Pirius called him out at 6-2 on the putout. Oh, what a play by the shortstop here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Jorgen Swenson had to throw that one right to Doctor, and they were able to get that out at home. Now you'll have Carter Maggio, who reached on a fielder's choice. The book is done on Thompson. Here's the pitch by Wold. That'll miss for a ball at 1-0. So Cody Thompson goes 2/3 of an inning. 1 hit, a run, a walk, and no strikeouts, as Wold right now in relief here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This one fouled back. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Batter number 3 here for Wold. Kindred-Richland will be sending Upgrand, Swenson, and Swenson again in the bottom of the 6th inning. Currently tied at 1 apiece. Maggio takes his lead at first. Breaking ball's going to be hit on a line and over Swenson into left center field. Almaris able to cut that one off, and everybody will go station to station here with runners at first and second. So a base knock here off of Wold. That'll be the first one in relief, as you had a 3 unassisted again to Upgrand. Maggio with the fielder's choice now. A base knock with Carter Verkota here. That's going to be hit number 5 for the Central Cass Squirrels in this contest against Kindred-Richland Viking pitchers. Joe Shoemaker 0 for 2 today. Swung on and missed. Now 0 and 1 in the count. So runner at second and Maggio the go-ahead run. Verkota some insurance at first. Has some wheels. Joe will try to get base, a walk, hit by pitch, or hit one in the outfield to try to bring in the go-ahead run. The 0-1 pitch upcoming. This one's going to be in the dirt, and the runners will advance again to second and third. So a wild pitch will allow the runners to be in scoring position. It's now 1 and 1 upcoming here. Pitch number 13 in relief for Wold, and now he's got to bear down with the runners at second and third. Here's the 1-1 offering on the way from Wold. Looks back the runner at third. This one in the dirt. Doctors there now 2 and 1. Central Cass, this is batter number 6 so far here in the inning. As it's runners at second and third, as Wold right now looking for a strike or an out and get the Vikings bats up in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-1 is going to be hit on the ground. This will be the third baseman. Spellhow goes across to retire the side, 5-3. And you can hear a collective relief from the Kindred-Richland fans when the Central Cass fans, are happy, but you could have done more. 1 run comes across. On 2 hits, there was no errors and 2 runners left on base. 5.5 complete from Kindred. We're knotted at 1.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Watch the 2023 North Dakota Shrine Bowl in conjunction with Three Borders Sports Network in your live event on Saturday, June 24th in Mayville.
Deutsch, you look to the left, and a nice little screen over on the near side. Getting away is Nelson down inside the 20, and he might score. He does. Down inside the end zone, and it's a 37-yard touchdown.
The 11-man game kicks off at 4 with the 9-man game to follow at 7. It's the Shrine Bowl with Three Borders Sports Network and yourliveevent.com.
Thompson and Mayport CG going into extra innings in Mayville for the Region 2 baseball semifinal. Hillsborough Central Valley upends Northern Cass for softball. So the final 3 teams remaining on the Region 1 softball side, Kindred-Richland, Central Cass, and HCV. The Burros and the Squirrels will play at 4 in a Region state qualifier, with the winner then to play Kindred-Richland in the Region 1 championship. So as we go now to the bottom of the 6th inning, Max Upgrand, Jorgen Swenson, and Kylan Swenson. 1-0 is the count here. Upgrand 0 for 2, Swenson 0 for 2, and Kylan Swenson 0 for 2 as well. Here's the 1-0. This will miss out of the zone at 2-0. Just 1 hit across so far. 5 walks and 7 strikeouts for Brady Mitchell on the mound. Has 40 pitches left to work with here tonight in Kindred. The 2-0 offering on the way. That'll miss for a ball. Now it's going to be 3-0. Max Upgrand, the senior first baseman, going to take, and that'll be in there for a strike on the off-speed pitch by Mitchell, now at 3-1. 3 ball, 1 strike on the way here to Mitchell, to Upgrand. And the 3-1 offering This one is going to be in there for a strike at 3-2. This has been a developing theme against Mitchell. He's done awfully well, but a lot of 2-ball and 3-ball counts. The 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Mitchell gets the strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts and punch-out number 8 here for Mitchell on the mound. And now all of a sudden coming up to the plate is Jorgen Swenson. Swenson 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout here. Here's the pitch. This one will run up for a ball at 1-0. 4 batters up in the first, 3 up, 3 down in the second, 6 batters in the third. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss for a ball at 2-0. There was a run across on 1 hit in that third inning, the sacrifice bunt as well. The run coming in, Hoyme after a leadoff walk. This one going to be hit on the ground. That's a single into right field. Opposite field hit for Jorgen Swenson, and that'll be hit number 2 against Mitchell. So the Kindred-Richland Vikings will have the go-ahead run now here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Kylan Swenson steps up to the plate. Then in the 4th inning, it was 4 up with a 2-out walk. 5th inning, 4 up with a 2-out walk as well. And now it's a 1-out variety here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Just once have they had their leadoff man here in the 3rd inning, and that was a walk again with Owen Hoyme. And a sacrifice bunt by Trom and Mason O'Maris delivered the base knock for the RBI. Here's the pitch. This one is going to be hit up the first baseline foul. Now 0-1. Kylan Swenson with a grounder that went to Holzer and eventually went to Mitchell at first. 3-1 on the putout. That was back again in the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is going to be hit on the ground. Difficult play. Kovarovic comes in. He just has only option is to go to first, and he does it nicely, 4-3. It's a productive out, however, for Kylan to move the go-ahead and potential game-winning run into scoring position. So now it's Grant Spellhaug here, who's 0 for 1 tonight with a strike 3 looking and a walk after working the count full. Pitch number 105 upcoming for Braden Mitchell. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-1 for Central Cass. Top of the 7th, Eli Boer, Cole Holzer, and Mason Bussey. Bottom of the lineup due up for the Squirrels in the top of the 7th inning. The Vikings looking to take the lead back after Central Cass played 1 run in the top half here of the 6th. What would you expect between 2 teams in a Region 1 title? It's been great so far here in this one. And that'll miss for a ball at 1-1. We've seen good defensive plays today. We've seen 1 or 2 base running errors or little head scratches, but for the most part, it's been aggressive. It's been about going to win a Region 1 championship. If you're Central Cass, and for Kindred-Richland, how can you get to tomorrow night? This will miss for a ball at 2 balls and 1 strike. And one thing that helped the Vikings, too, was beating Oak Grove in 5. That allowed them to save some pitches and maybe an arm or 2 to not have to go 6 or 7 earlier today. Here's the 2-1 offering. That'll miss out of the zone now, 3-1. So Grant Spellhaug again has been patient against Mitchell, who will have pitch 110 here thrown against Grant Spellhaug. Runner at second base is Jorgen Swenson as he will step off the rubber. And Swenson takes his lead. Kovarovic trying to keep him close at second base, as you can see from our center field camera here in Kindred. The 3-1 taking 5-pitch walk here for Spellhaug, and he's on for his 2nd time. Walk number 6 here for Mitchell, and now you'll have Owen Hoyme. Hoyme 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored, and then you look what he did against Fargo Oak Grove. Hoyme went 0 for 2 with a walk here, as you're going to have a courtesy runner coming on here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So Spellhaug, right now we'll see what's going to happen, as they're going to say Jack McDonald to say, nope, you got to stay put. So runners at first and second again with 2 outs, as digging in again will be Owen Hoyme. Mitchell with the pitch. First pitch swung on and missed. This will be in there for a strike at 0-1. Batter number 5 here against Mitchell. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second, bottom of the 6th inning. As that'll miss for a ball now at 1-1. On our Bank North scoreboard, visit ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, and proud supporter of their communities. The 1-1 breaking ball in there for a strike, now 1-2. Andrew Chom is due up next if Hoyme can find a way to climb aboard. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. That'll just miss out of the zone at 2-2. Eli Boer was about a half step towards the third base dugout and had a reverse pivot at third. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 runners on. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Mitchell taking his time looking into Parker behind the plate and steps off. So Parker will step off here. As Kovacic trying to hold again the runner Swenson as close as he possibly can. So just a little single doesn't bring the run in. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and miss, and there's strikeout number 9 for Mitchell. No runs off of a hit. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base. 6 complete on our Bank North scoreboard. It's a tie ball game with the Squirrels coming to the plate next on your live event.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Top of the 7th inning we go here in Kindred. Quick update for you in Region 2. A great semifinal also on yourliveevent.com. Bottom of the 9th inning, Thompson 7, Mayport CG 7. The Tommies with the runner in scoring position at second base. Eli Boer coming up with Cole Holzer and Mason Bussey will be 1-0 here to Eli. A single and a strikeout so far here today. Mitchell with 115 pitches thrown through 6 innings of work for Central. Cass in relief. This is pitch number 16 for Wold, and that'll be a foul ball now 1-1. Again, Mitchell will be done. He is unable to throw coming up tomorrow. You have to take 0 to 35 pitches, 0 to 45 on 0 days of rest. So Mitchell is done after tonight, no matter what. As this one is in there for a strike at 1-2. Again, during the playoffs, a pitcher can throw a maximum of 135 during the entire tournament. So he's at 115. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way as Wold looks into Doctor. And the 1-2 offering. This one comes in and hits him. Eli Boer was hit by a pitch, but Tom Pirius said, nope, you stuck your chicken wing out. And that is not going to be a hit by pitch. Dustin Maggio was coming in to say that he went up to protect himself. And because he went up with the chicken wing, not so much to protect himself, but to get hit. Again, it's a discretionary call to the home plate umpire. And so now all of a sudden, you'll have a 2-ball, 2-strike count up coming. It won't matter if Boer gets on, but if it's a strikeout, it'll definitely matter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And this one almost hits him now. It's 3-2. Dustin Maggio, from his point of view, is saying, hey, that ball's right in. He's trying to get away from it, but he brought the elbow up. So now it's a 3-2 pitch upcoming here in the top of the 7th inning. Swung on and foul back, and we'll keep it at 3-2. Northern Cass softball players have made their way across the diamond as you're getting those fans to say, hey, there's still a chance to watch some baseball here in Kindred. Why not cross the highway and enjoy a little baseball here, especially in a Region 1 championship to boot as well. This has been just a dandy final In Region 2, Thompson wins in 9, 8-7 over Mayport CG to get to the championship coming up tomorrow. The 3-2, and that just misses for a strike 3 call looking. Instead it's a walk, and it's the first walk for Wold here in relief. So that one was outside. Now it's Cole Holzer in the bottom of the lineup, but we're going to get a pinch hitter coming up here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As for Central Cass, they will be coming on, as Sam Stagg will be coming on here to pinch hit. So Stagg will be coming on here as Holzer will go back. And you have the runner at first base again for the Central Cass Squirrels. Stagg, we so far here in this tournament, 1 of 3 with 2 runs scored and also a run driven in here for Stagg. So the runner at first base again will be Eli Boer. Wold will look in. Holding the runner at first is Upgren, and Spellhug in on the grass at third. This one, fastball out of the zone at 1-0. For Kindred-Richland, bottom of the 7th inning, it will be 9-1-2. The question is, where will the scoreboard read for Central Cass? Will it still be tied, or will they plate the go-ahead run across here in the top of the 7th inning to combine 2 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors so far through 6 between Kindred-Richland and Central Cass? Wold looks back the runner. Here's the pick. Instead, we'll just hold it there. Diving back safely is Eli Boer. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way, top of the 7th inning. What has been a fantastic so far region championship game. The pitch fouled at 1-2. This contest over an hour and now 35 minutes old here in Kindred. Central Cass trying to get their 3rd consecutive Region 1 title and the 4th since 2013. The Vikings looking to stay alive and force a winner-take-all championship game tomorrow night. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm Chase Miller. He's Joey Hughes. For more information on upcoming tournament games, go to yourliveevent.com or also simply search Your Live Event on our YouTube page and click subscribe. The 2-2 pitch. Runner at first in Boer. He's going to stay put. Breaking ball foul, and it's a good job on a pinch hitting variety for Stagg, too. He's been just hanging out in the dugout, cheering his team on, and all of a sudden, in the most pressurized situation that you could put yourself in, is battling here against Wold. Here's the 2-2 pitch upcoming. Swung on and missed, and Wold gets the strikeout. So Wold gets the punch out here. That'll be his first strikeout in relief. And now it goes to Mason Bussey. And Bussey handles the bat well. He's got speed. So Coach Maggio, a hit and run, a bunt. There's a plethora of ways you can go. And then it goes to Logan Broughton here, the top of the lineup. Boer still stays put. The pitch, that'll miss for a bunt. Now it's 1-0. Mason Bussey so far today 0 for 2. Did reach base back in the 3rd on a error and a stolen base as well as second base. Was stranded at 3rd on a wild pitch. This one in the dirt. That'll be all the way to the backstop. And this will allow the runner to round second on his way. And now Eli Boer is in scoring position. And here's a 2-0 count. Does it change at all for Broughton on the on-deck circle with runners at first and second? Or will he see maybe Mason Bussey? If you're Mason, at least you got to hit one on the right side and allow the runner to get to 3rd. That's at least the goal here if you have an out. Try to have a productive out. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Popped up, and this will be back out of the grandstands now 2-1. If you're Wold, now you got to battle back, look to keep something in the infield or a lazy fly ball somewhere, or maybe even possibly a second strikeout. Here's the 2-1 pitch upcoming. Boer takes his lead. This will be out of the zone. Doctors throw back, and this will be into center field. But good job by Almaris. Taking that secondary lead again for the Central Cass Squirrels was Eli Boer, and Doctors saw it, trying to see if he can maybe get an easy out, caught napping, but good job by Eli Boer covering in center field. There's the 3-1 offering on the way to Mason Bussey. The pitch That'll miss for a ball, and now runners at first and second. Second walk here of the inning for Central Cass. Boer at second. You have Mason Bussey at first, and it's the top of the lineup, the fourth time through with Logan Broughton. Broughton so far 0 for 2 with a run scored, was hit by a pitch and scored to make it 1-1 in the sixth inning. Logan Broughton in this tournament so far 5 of 12 with 6 runs scored and 3 runs driven in. And Broughton can bunt, so you have Opgran all the way about 20 feet off the first base line in the grass here, trying to take away that bunt by Broughton. Now it's 0-1. So right now you have outfield pretty much playing straight away. There is a little bit of some real estate in right center and right down the left field line. Here's the 0-1 offering on the way with Wold. The pitch, breaking ball. That's going to be a foul ball, and everyone looks to be okay with the golf carts up the first base line. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with runners at first and second. Logan Broughton, the junior left fielder, is going to have to battle now against Wold. 325 into left field. It's 348 to center, and again 302 right down the right field line here in Kindred. Here's the 0-2 offering from Wold. In the dirt, that's going to get all the way by and allow the runners to move to second and third. And like a broken record, the Squirrels have been here a ton here tonight, but they ran themselves out of a couple of innings. Boer to third base, Mason Bussey to second. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And now all of a sudden a pass ball, a wild pitch could potentially bring in the go-ahead run. Instead, Wold is looking for the strikeout. Infield does come in with the 1-2 count upcoming. The pitch, and this is going to hit him. It hits the helmet, and now it's going to be 2 balls. Instead of a 2-2 count, it'll be bases full of Central Cass Squirrels with a walk, a strikeout, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Bases are full, and Scott Milbrandt's coming out to talk it over here with his infield here in Kindred. And we'll see if Wold is going to be done or if it's just more of a conference call here for Scott Milbrandt. We've seen him do this once or twice earlier. Just come out and use a little bit of a time, try to allow the pitcher to collect his breath, go over on a particular pitch what he wants to see. And then with Kobervig at the plate, the obvious situation here for the Vikings is gun down the runner at home. That is number 1. Gun down the runner at home. No matter what happens for Central Cass, whether they score or not, Kindred-Richland will be coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. The situation, though, will Kindred-Richland be down to their final 3 outs, or would it still be a 1-1 contest and a chance to play for extra innings? So much on the line here in this Region 1 championship game. The infield will play in, which means the runners can take a great lead at first and second as Kobervig steps up to the plate. The pitch, swung on and missed. Now 0-1. Sam Kobervig today, 1 of 3 with a single his last time up. No balls, 1 strike on the way to the senior second baseman and the basketball tournament MVP at State in Bismarck back in March for the Squirrels. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Another fastball, now 0-2. So for Scott Milbrandt, he said, hey, forget the curveball. Bring the heater. Bring a couple of fastballs, try to locate it. But now with Kobervig, swing on the miss, foul tipped it. Do they go to the Uncle Charlie, or does he come with another heater here? With 2 strikes and 1 out and bases full of Squirrels as Kobervig steps off. It's a gorgeous night for a perfect game here in Kindred. Who's going to come out victorious in a game that is simply a nail-biter as Wold will step off? And now all of a sudden Doctor will come out here and talk things over with his pitcher. After Sam Kobervig, it would be Braden Mitchell, which he has been about the best hitter for Central Cass in this tournament on the on-deck circle. So the work by any means is not done for Wold if he can get Kobervig out. But Sam, 0-2 in the count, will have to battle now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, Kobervig does not go. Now it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way here with 1 out, and the base is full again as Squirrels. You're hanging on every pitch. This is what postseason baseball is all about. The 1-2 offering. Fastball, that's going to be hit in the air. That's to right field. Hoyme is there, but it's going to go over Hoyme, and it's going to go over the wall. It's a ground rule RBI, 2 RBI double, and the Central Cass Squirrels have now lead it 3-1. So runners will be at second and third. Sam Kovervik delivers his second hit and his most opportune hit of the contest. Eli Boer comes in to score. Mason Bussey comes in to score. You have Logan Broughton at third base, and on the ground rule double, it's 3-1 Central Cass. He took a borderline pitch, and then they're going to walk Braden Mitchell here to load the bases. So 4th walk now for Wool, but that'll be a 4-pitch walk that we just don't want to have to go up against you. Johnson will come on. He's got speed for days to courtesy run. But a 2 RBI double here for Sam Kovervik, who delivers in the clutch for the Central Cass Squirrels, and there's still only 1 out. So again, you don't want to have to deal with Mitchell. Carter Maggio comes up here. So far today, 0 for 2 with a walk, and he reached base on a fielder's choice. The pitch swung on and missed, and Maggio went for the dagger in terms of swinging on that one. He was looking to rip the cover off the ball. The saving grace for the Vikings is they will still come up in the bottom of the 7th. The problem is how much are you going to be down by right now? Here's the 0-1. Foul back. It's now 0-2. They have 115 pitches on the mound again for Braden Mitchell. So he's getting close to his night being done. We've seen Kindred-Richland be very patient at the plate to work that pitch count up so far. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Wold as he looks back the runner at third. The pitch. Got him. Curveball. Nice pitch here from Wold for the second out. Second strikeout for Wold, and now it goes to Carter Verkota. Verkota is 1 of 3 with a hit into a double play and a suicide squeeze so far here today. For the Central Cass Squirrels, batter number 7 at the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Excuse me, batter number 8 now. That was batter number 7. Here's the pitch. And there for a strike at 0-1. Kindred-Richland again will be sending Andrew Traum, Mason Almaris, and Jack Wold, the 9-1 and 2 batters in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 0-1 pitch up coming from Wold. Foul tipped. Now 0-2. Central Cass with this lead now are 3 outs away from heading back to state, but they're looking for some insurance with the bases loaded here in the 7th. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Wold as he looks in to Doctor with 2 outs. Breaking ball, that'll miss. Now 1-2. If Carter Verkota can find a base knock here or get a walk, it'll be Joe Shoemaker, and the Squirrels will bat around here in the 7th. The 1-2 pitch upcoming as Wold looks back in again with the righty-righty matchup with Verkota. The 1-2. This is going to be hit up the right field line. That slicing foul. Can the right fielder get it? No, as it goes into the bullpen. Hoyme gave it all his hustle and more up the right field line, but that'll be just a loud strike. And we'll keep it at 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 2 outs again in the top of the 7th inning. The Thompson Tommies, one more time, advanced over Mayport CG with a victory in extra innings. Hillsborough Central Valley also with a win over Northern Cass in the Region 1 softball elimination game earlier today here in Kindred. But right now it's a 1-2 count upcoming to Verkota. Breaking ball's going to be hit down the third base line, and that's fair. And it's 1 run coming in. Here comes Sam Kovervik. He's coming in. It's a 2 RBI single on the way for Carter Verkota. And the Central Cass Squirrels now lead it by 5-1. A single here for Verkota. He's got 2 runs driven in. Coming in to score is Logan Brunton. Sam Kovervik comes in to score as well. It's now Joe Shoemaker coming up to the plate, and the Squirrels have put up a crooked number here by the number 4 here in the top of the 7th. And they're still not done. There's still 2 outs. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-1. The Squirrels have batted around here in the 7th. A walk, strikeout, walk, hit by pitch, double, walk, strikeout, single. So far here for Central Cass in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-1. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-2. And we've seen this with Carter Baggio. We've seen this as well with Carter Vercoda. Being ahead in the count here for Wold, had a strikeout of one Carter on the other Carter, and Vercoda hit the 2 RBI single. Here's the pitch. That'll miss for a ball now at 1-2. So a 2 RBI double by Covervig, and now a 2 RBI single here by Vercoda. And some awfully big runs across so far here for Central Cass in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and that'll retire the side, but not before 4 runs come across here for the Central Cass Squirrels. It's 5-1. Central Cass, Kindred-Richland down to their final 3 outs in the Region 1 Championship. That's coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
One size does not fit all. As a small business employer, you have many great benefit options. Hello, Angela here with the IRE Insurance Benefits Connect team. We know shopping for employee insurance benefits can be a confusing and intimidating task for employers. Not to mention one more thing on your plate. Let IRE Insurance Benefits Connect guide you through the process. We take a unique approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more, go to ireinsurance.com.
So we got a new pitcher on the mound here. Carter Maggio will look to finish things off. Braden Mitchell with 115 pitches thrown, 6 innings of work, 2 hits. There were 6 walks, 9 strikeouts here for Braden Mitchell, as he definitely is going to be part of our Enbridge Energy players of the game. Of Central Cass can hold on and win. I think you got to give a tip of the cap to when it comes in the clutch. And Sam Covervig, but right now first pitch swinging. That's going to die in center field. And the Kindred Vikings and Andrew Chom says, hey, let's just wait about to see who the player of the game might be. Here it's a leadoff single here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So 1 pitch, 1 hit for Maggio in relief. Maggio so far 61 pitches thrown. This will be his 2nd appearance. Now it's 62 as Mason Almaris steps up to the plate. As Almaris hits one up the first baseline, that'll be foul at 0-1. Almaris, 1 of 3 so far here in this tournament for Maggio right now. As we take a look at some of his numbers, Carter Maggio, 3 innings of work against Northern Cass. This one will be swung on and missed, but it'll be a pass ball, and the runner will scamper down to second base here. So it'll now be 0-2. Going back to Carter Maggio against Northern Cass, 3 innings of work, 2 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. He did not allow a run and ended up picking up the win against Northern Cass 8-5 earlier here in the tournament. Here's the 0-2. Fastball up high, now 1-2. But if you're Scott Milbrand, if there's a way to get something brewing here, well, you got the top of the lineup coming up here with Almaris, Wold, and Doctor after a leadoff base knock right up the middle by Andrew Traum. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Up and in. Now 2-2. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, it's all about finding a way to get the tying run to the plate bare minimum here. No matter how you can do it, find a way to get the tying run to the plate. This is hit in the air. That's a smash to left. And this one is going to be, oh, what a snow cone catch by Logan Broughton. And he robs a base hit with Mason Almaris in left center field and gets a high five from Carter Vercoda to boot. What a play by Logan Broughton. If Logan Broughton does not catch that ball, it is definitely a run coming in, a double, if maybe not a triple, for the speed of Mason Almaris. Instead, it's 1 down. Now it's going to be 1-0. Logan Broughton has made some really nice catches. He Max Upgren stole a single in the third. Here in the 7th, takes an extra base hit away from Mason Almaris. Is now 2-0 to Jack Wold. We've seen really good defense in this game by both teams and what you would hope to see in a Region 1 championship kind of setting. The Kindred-Richland Vikings, though, still have 2 outs to work with. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Maggio. That'll be in there for a strike at 2-1. So, again, Maggio on the mound. Mitchell goes to short. Covervig at second. Boer at third. And Holzer at first with Parker behind the plate. The 2-1 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. Now 3-1. Jack Wold has been up 3 times. He's drawn 1, 2, 3 walks. Can he deliver his 4th? The 3-1. That'll be in there for a strike at 3-2. After him, it's Jeremiah Doctor here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. 3-2 pitch upcoming, and that'll be a 6-pitch walk for Jack Wold. So a 1-out single, a robbing out in left center field with Logan Broughton, and now a 1-out walk with Jack Wold, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings have the game-tying run on the on-deck circle. The pitch to Doctor is going to miss for a ball at 1-0. After Doctor, it's Upgren, then a pair of Swensons here for Kindred-Richland. The Vikings see what they can do here in the bottom of the 7th with runners at first and second. Jeremiah Doctor swung on a miss, now 1-1. In a contest that's nearing the 2-hour mark here from Viking Varsity Diamond here in Kindred, North Dakota. The 1-1 pitch and calling time here as Maggio will come back on the bump for Central Cass. The Squirrels trailed it after a score by Kindred-Richland, made it 1-0 after 3. This one swung on and missed at 1-2. They were doing that the whole way through until they got to the 6th, where they tied the game up, then scored 4 runs in the top of the 7th here for Central Cass. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner at first and second as Carter Maggio looks in the pitch. This is going to be hit in the air. That goes to Logan Broughton, and Broughton's going to see this one die in front of him. Everybody goes station to station here as everybody had to hold up on that line drive shot, and here we go. The Kindred-Richland Vikings have brought the tying run to the plate here, and it's an opposite field single here for Jeremiah Doctor, his first base knock of this contest. And now you'll have bases full of Kindred-Richland Vikings with Max Upgren coming up to the plate. That one will be in there for a strike at 0-1. Almaris with a single. You have Doctor with a single by Jorgen Swenson, and a single by Andrew Traum. Those have been the base hits. It's been either a hit by pitch, a walk, or a single here for Kindred-Richland against the pitching staff of Central Cass. The 0-1 offering. Swung on and missed, now 0-2. Upgren 0 for 3 today. He was robbed by Broughton in left field to end the 3rd inning. Jorgen Swenson due up next. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking. 3 pitches and 3 strikes for Carter Maggio for the strikeout. Maggio with his first strikeout in relief. He's got a walk, but the Kindred-Richland Vikings still have 1 out to work with. And again, the tying run is at the plate here for Kindred-Richland. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That'll miss, now 1-0, here to Jorgen Swenson, who's 1 of 3 today with a single, his last time up in the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one will run up and almost hit him, now 2-0. So a hitter's count here for Jorgen Swenson. If you're Jorgen, if you don't like what you see, take a strike or 2 and see if you can maybe draw a walk, bring a run in, and get the tying run on the base pass. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, now 2-1. Batter number 6 of the inning. Central Cass looking for their 3rd straight Region 1 title. The Vikings looking to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-1 pitch is foul back, and now Kindred-Richland is down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 7th inning in the Region 1 championship from Viking Varsity Diamond. And the 2-2 pitch here from Carter Maggio. That one will miss out of the zone at 3-2. So now the runners have a chance to leave early here with a full count. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way from Maggio. Fastball, strike 3. He's going to pick it up here, and they're going to say it's going to be a runner interference, and he's out. He is out. Jorgen Swenson is out on runner interference, and the Central Cass Squirrels are going to win it and get to the state tournament for their 3rd consecutive season by a final of 5-1. In a contest that goes 1 hour and 58 minutes, the Central Cass Squirrels improved to 12-6 on the season, while the Kindred-Richland Vikings finished their year at 16-3. 5 runs off of 6 hits. There was no errors in the Squirrels in this one. They left 7. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 1 run on 4 hits. There were 2 errors. And the Kindred-Richland Vikings here in this one, they would leave 3 runners on base, 6, make it 10 runners left on base here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Winning pitcher in this one will be Mr. Mitchell. And eventually picking up the loss here will be Jack Wold in relief for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Our post-game awards ceremony will be coming up around the corner as we will keep it here and go through the awards ceremony to get you everything with the all-region team, the also Senior Athlete Coach of the Year. And we'll also bring you some victorious players or 2, possibly hear from Coach Maggio as they have to go out and enjoy this one here in Kindred. So the Kindred-Richland Vikings, tip of the cap to Scott Milbrand and his team. This one is going to hurt. There's no doubt about it. You had a chance, 1-0 going through 5, tie ball game through 6, and then 4 runs come across in that 7th inning. As we go through our Enbridge Energy player of the game in this one, Enbridge Energy for life. Life takes energy. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Braden Mitchell, 6 innings of work with 2 hits, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. And Sam Carvervig delivers the goods as well. 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. And the game-winning hit with a 2 RBI double into right field. That is our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. As here is going to be the all-region team for Region 1. As Mason O'Maris is going to be part of it. Carson Bartholomew from Enderlin will be coming on here. As you'll have Gavin Christensen from the Oaks Tornadoes also on. From Oak Grove. And you're going to have Doctor from Kindred coming on here. Jarrett Fredrickson from Fairmount Campbell Tinta. You'll have Doctor coming on here for the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. Hatfield from Fargo Oak Grove will also be announced. Trey Huzar from Northern Cass is going to be coming on here for his all-Region 1 team. Cooper Johnson from Central Cass will be part of the festivities, alongside with Sam Covervig. You have another Northern Cass Jaguar and Matthew Metzger coming on here. Braden Mitchell from the Central Cass Squirrels. Keegan Neva, a guy that you wanted to work around as much as possible. Max Upgrand here from the Kindred-Richland Vikings is going to get honored as a all-region team. Jorgen Swenson will come on here. And Fletcher Wilprecht of Oaks. Wilprecht, in his final game for the Oaks Tornadoes this season, threw a complete game against Fargo Oak Grove, but ended up picking up the loss. But he had double-digit strikeouts in that particular outcome. So that, again, is your 2023 North Dakota Region 1 Baseball all-region team here. As you have O'Maris, Bartholomew, Christensen, Doctor, Hatfield, Huzar, Johnson, Covervig, Metzger, Braden Mitchell, Keegan Neva, and Max Upgrand here being part of the festivities here in Kindred as they are coming on for their photo. We'll still get to the post-ceremony celebrations as well, and then make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show where we will get to one or two particular player interviews. We'll try our best to grab them as they are going to be enjoying it, taking some photos with their family and friends in this one as well. But we will try to get those as this continues here a little bit on.
Our next award will be the Region 1 Baseball Senior Athlete of the Year.
As the Senior Athlete of the Year is going to be coming on now.
2023.
And the 2023 is?
Goes to Keegan Neva of Northern Cass.
Keegan Neva from Northern Cass is your Senior Athlete of the Year, and I don't think there's a ton of surprise in that one, how he is for Northern Cass as both of a pitcher and a hitter here in this one. I know he would want an opportunity to play in this particular game itself, but Keegan Neva is the 2023 Senior Athlete of the Year here in Region 1. Congratulations goes out to him, his family, Sam Johnson, the head coach for Northern Cass, as well as Keegan Neva is the Senior Athlete of the Year. From there, it goes to the Coach of the Year and then the Team Awards.
Region 1 will be Kindred's Scott Milbrandt.
Congratulations to Scott Milbrandt as the Coach of the Year here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, as he will come on and earn the opportunity here.
And now for the team trophy
as the team trophies will come on, and we'll talk it over here with
the 2023 Region 1 tournament,
the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. And then we'll try to hear from a couple of the particulars here in this one here as the Central Cass Squirrels pick up the victory. We'll also get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game as well, as Central Cass goes 2-1 against the Kindred-Richland Vikings and avenges a loss on this field back on May the 12th. Here comes the Central Cass Squirrels as they will come on here and get their victorious trophy, as they will enjoy it, and for the third consecutive season, the Central Cass Squirrels will be heading to the state tournament. Congratulations to Coach Maggio, the seniors, and the Central Cass Squirrels as well. They will try to do something, though, they haven't done, and the last two seasons, that's advance out of the quarterfinal round. So, again, that does it here as we'll get to our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest here in this one. RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsboro and Drayton. Go to RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. There is a handful to go through, but Logan Broughton made two sensational plays, robbing a play of Max Upgren in the third when there was runners at the corners in that one, and then came on to get the out with Logan Broughton at third base, robbing Max Upgren with runners at third and first again in left field. And then the nice climbing the ladder play robbed Mason Almaris of an extra base hit. It would have been a run driven in, would have made it 5-2, and then you keep the line moving for Kindred-Richland. But those two plays, without question, are the RDK Enterprises feature precision plays of the game. Go to RDK Enterprises with locations again in Hillsboro and Drayton. Go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. So our Enbridge Energy players of the game, Braden Mitchell, and alongside with Sam Convervig, Logan Broughton is the RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the contest here in this one. The Central Cass Squirrels, 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 7 runners left on base. Kindred-Richland with 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors, and they also had 10 runners left on base. The Central Cass Squirrels now 12-6 on the season. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will finish the year at 16-3. For Central Cass, 2 runs with Logan Broughton, able to have 2 hit by pitches and also a couple of runs scored. Sam Kovarovic, 2 hits, a run scored, and 2 RBIs. Braden Mitchell, a single, a double, and a walk, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Carter Maggio would end up this one going 0 for 3 with a walk and a stolen base. Carter Dakota would have 2 hits, 2 runs driven in. Joe Shoemaker goes 0 for 4. You have Eli Boer with this one going 1 of 2 with a walk and a run scored. Cole Holzer goes 0 for 3, and Mason Bussey will go 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored here in this one. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, Mason O'Maris had a 1 of 4 night with a single and a run driven in. Jack Wold goes 4 times up with 4 walks. Jeremiah Doctor, 1 of 4 with a single. Max Upgran goes 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Jorgen Swenson, 1 of 4 with 2 strikeouts. Kylan Swenson, 0 for 3. Grant Spellhog, 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Owen Hoyme with a walk and a run scored goes 0 for 2. And Andrew Traum, 1 of 2 with a sacrifice bunt and a single. When we come back, we'll hear from some of the victorious Central Cass Squirrel players coming up next here on EuroLiveEvent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Emery Vistos Implement has been family-owned and operated since 1935. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, they sell CarQuest automotive parts and numerous lines of agriculture parts, from edible bean equipment to air compressors and pressure washers. Plus, you'll have to stop by and check out their Ariat clothing selection at Emery Vistos Implement. Anything you need is under one roof. Stop in just south of Oaks on Highway 1 or go online to vistoimplement.com. That's vistoimplement.com.
Join us now, one of the guys again for the Central Cass Squirrels making the defensive web gems here in this one. That is Logan Broughton in the left field. Logan was sensational as a leadoff man with a couple runs scored as well. But Logan, you're able to rob a hit from Max Upgran to finish the side in the third with runners at the corners. And obviously Mason Almaris hits a rope out to left center field. If it gets by you, it's a run coming in. It's 5-2 at that point with a runner in scoring position. Just take us through those two defensive plays. First, let's start with the third inning one with Max Upgran.
Well, I've been seeing the ball pretty well lately, and I saw a line drive. I didn't know if I could make the play. I knew Kindred-Richland could back me up well. I went up, and I didn't even think about it. Just made a dive and catch, and
And then all of a sudden in the seventh inning, Kindred-Richland was not going to go away quietly. You score 4 runs, however, they get a leadoff single, 1 pitch off of Maggio. Then here's a frozen rope by Mason Almaris out to you in left center field. Was it a snow cone? Was it a snow cone at the very end?
It was a snow cone.
So take us through what you were seeing when that ball is coming to you, trying to get in the gap.
Once again, line drive. I think the wind helped me a little bit. I knew Carter was going to back me up again. I just went up and caught the ball. Not much thinking going through it.
I asked you which one was sweeter, and you said the seventh inning one was a little sweeter, right? Just kind of with the game on the line in that situation. Yeah. Logan, we'll bring you this way a little bit again. Let's talk about your pitcher, Braden Mitchell. First things first, 115 pitches, 6 innings, just 2 hits against, 9 Ks, 6 walks. What did you see from the big guy on the mound?
Phenomenal. I mean, in a game like this, when we have another game, we didn't want to play another game. We wanted to end it now, and I think B-Mitch wanted to end it too.
Sam Covervig, 1-1, bases loaded, lines one to right field over the right fielder's head. Hoyme, what's going through your mind when you're seeing that play, particularly on the base pass, but knowing that, okay, you guys will finally get out in front?
I know Sam's capabilities. I knew it down right away. I almost caught Carter on the bases. Yeah, it was quite a moment.
Final thing for you, Logan, how sweet is it to be heading to the Magic City coming up on June the 1st through the 3rd?
Amazing. Glad to be back.
Hey, Logan, congratulations for the win and best of luck coming up the first weekend in June. That again, Logan Broughton with us here as we will allow him to go off the headset and bring on one of the next couple of players. We'll either hear from Sam Covervig or Braden Mitchell coming up here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Braden Mitchell again with 6 innings as Sam Covervig comes on and able to deliver the game-winning hit here. As Sam, congratulations. A senior moment again for you. I know there's been a lot of them for you this year, a couple months ago in Bismarck, and all of a sudden You couldn't ask for any better playing, backyard baseball, right? Last inning, you got some guys on base. You have an opportunity. Take us through that particular at-bat against Wold. What were you seeing in front of you and able to hit that one to right field?
Called me over because they went out there and took time, and he asked me if I wanted to swing, and I said, yeah, I want to swing. And then it kind of got a little pressed when there was 2 strikes, and I'm swinging at fastballs. And no, I'm just happy that I was able to see a fastball and put it the other way, which is all you can ask for when you get something outside, put it the other way. And I'm just happy that I got down. And then also a shout out to Carter, who also had a big hit, putting up another 2 runs in that.
Yeah, you go through the bottom of the inning here as you go around. Eli Boer with a walk, a strikeout with coming on with Stagg, but he had a really good at bat. Mason Bussey with a walk, hit by pitch with Broughton. So what's coming through your mind? Are you hunting fastballs? Are you looking off speed after you see the first 2, fastballs coming? You work one that was just out of the zone, and then are you just thinking in your mind, he's only throwing me fastballs? That's what you're kind of sitting on a little bit, Sam?
I mean, I was just kind of looking for my pitch, and I'm just happy that I eventually got that pitch, and I was able to do some damage with it. And just shout out to my teammates who actually got us to extend that inning. Sam had a really good AB, making Wold throw a bunch of pitches. Boer had good AB. Mason also had a great AB, and Logan took one off the back.
And now, all of a sudden, speaking of Logan, how about the 2 defensive plays from him in left field? What's going through your mind first in the 7th inning when you get Traum with a leadoff single? What's going through your mind when you see one that's just smashed out to left center field?
I mean, he covers so much ground, and any ball that gets hit out there, I know he's going to be able to make a play, and I'm happy for that kid that he was able to make that play, and it's just such a big moment.
Final thing for you, Sam, how sweet is it to get back to another state, especially your senior season? You had a lot of memories in Bismarck. Now you have a chance to, right some wrongs, so to speak. I know the last 2 years you guys had a lot of expectations getting to state. I know you want to get that quarterfinal round rim, but how fun is it knowing you got another week and a half of baseball?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. We're going to celebrate tonight, but then once we head out to Minot, it's a business trip. We're going out there looking to win it and repeat what we did in basketball season.
Hey, Sam, thanks so much for your time. We'll let you get out there in the team photo.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll go from Sam Kovervig, and we'll have one more player still coming up here with Braden Mitchell. As we've heard from Logan Broughton, Sam Kovervig, and also Braden Mitchell will be coming on here as then they'll get to the scoreboard and able to take the team photo here as Braden again picks up the win. 6 innings of work, 2 hits, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts in this one. Able to have a single, double, and a walk as well. 2 hits and a run driven in. As popping on the headsets now again is the junior and Braden Mitchell. And Braden, congratulations first and foremost on the win. What's going through your mind on the mound? You and Jorgen Swenson were obviously dealing there. Jorgen already played a game, so he had to pitch with a little bit of a pitch count. But what's going through your mind where it's nip and tuck really through the first 5 innings?
First inning, super nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was super nervous up there. But once I got some strikes over, and I know my defense is gonna make plays, felt good.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, let's talk about Logan Broughton. When he's making those plays as a pitcher, how much more confidence does that put in for you?
He is fast, and I feel good with him out there, and also at the plate. Anytime he's clutching up at the plate.
So you're able to get a single, a double. I know they intentionally walk you coming up, but hey, a good intentional walk, right? Because Sam Kovervig, the man in front of you, able to fight down 0-2. When you see that ball going to right center on the on-deck circle, what's going through your mind knowing, okay, we finally broke through and got that 2nd and 3rd run in the 7th inning?
Big sigh of relief. Not surprised, though. Sam's a great hitter, but intentional walk was kind of lame. I was ready to hit.
How fun has been for you guys from Thursday to where you're at now in this Region 1 tournament to know that you're heading back to a state tournament?
Super, super fun week. Other than we got finals going on. We got 3 tomorrow, but feels great.
Hey,
feels great.
Now you can just worry about finals. Don't have to worry about another baseball game. Final thing for you, Braden, before we let you go. How fun is it going to be taking a photo out there here in just a moment?
Super excited, and I can't wait to get to Minot.
Hey, congratulations and best of luck in Magic City.
Thank you.
And again, Braden Mitchell joining us here as, again, the Central Cass Squirrels win it 5-1. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll put a bow on the 2023 Region 1 Baseball Tournament from Kindred. This is High School Baseball on YourLiveEvent.com.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Well, congratulations goes out to your 2023 Region 1 baseball champs. That team photo that's going on in left center field right now with the scoreboard in the back. It's always a fun time if you're a victorious member of that team to know that, hey, we're advancing to the next round. You heard from Sam Kovervig, hey, the job's not done. You heard from Logan Broughton to have an opportunity to play in state is always fun. Braden Mitchell obviously has done his damage here in this tournament, as he was able to go 7 of 12 here in this tournament with 2 runs scored, 5 runs driven in as well here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Tip of the cap to all the teams here in the Region 1 baseball tournament for the 2 teams that lost here today in Fargo, Oak Grove, with Justin Petrick advancing farther than what they did the season before. And for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they finished 16-3. They gave it a valiant effort to load the bases and have a chance with 1 out to move guys around, just unable to do so. Senior Athlete of the Year goes to Keegan Neva, and the Coach of the Year, one more time, goes to Scott Milbrandt here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So what's next on your live event.com? Well, Region 2 baseball is coming up here tomorrow with Joe Lancello, and alongside with him, Keith Meyer. You're going to have a loser-out game and then the championship game. Thompson and Extras defeated Mayport CG, so they're in the driver's seat in Region 2. Region 1 softball at 4 o'clock with Jake Burkmeyer and Reggie Funk out in Kindred. At 4 o'clock, you're going to have Hillsboro Central Valley against the Central Cass Squirrels in a state qualifier. Then it's the Region 1 softball championship tomorrow night between the winner of that game and alongside the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So the Burros and the Squirrels, one of those teams will advance to state, the other will be eliminated, and then a chance to help their own cause with the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Congratulations goes to Sam Brandt and Kindred-Richland for that softball program advancing to state coming up in Minot June 1st through the 3rd. Region 2 softball also continues a little bit later on tomorrow, where they will have their Region 2 title game, and then they will go from that into a state qualifier as well. So tomorrow, baseball, softball, still not done here on your live event, but the 2023 Region 1 baseball tournament from Kindred is all wrapped up. On behalf of Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors, especially those sponsors that have been with us throughout the season. Thanks again to those feature sponsors of Irie Insurance, Bank North, Arctic Enterprises, Enbridge Energy, and a whole lot more. And thanks again to the folks behind the scenes at R&J Broadcasting and Halstead Telephone Company. Congratulations goes to the Central Cass Squirrels for the 3rd time in a row and 4th time in program history. The Squirrels are off to state, this time in Minot, coming up on June 1st through the 3rd. Have a great rest of your Monday night and go to yourliveevent.com for more coverage of high school athletics throughout the rest of this week and into next week here throughout the Red River Valley. Good night from Kindred.